the healing power of copper. In the heart of the desert, beneath the towering pyramids of Egypt, a curious artifact sat atop a weathered altar. It was not made of gold, nor adorned with precious gems, but of copper, seemingly ordinary, yet extraordinary in its power. A bracelet, simple in design, yet intricate in its energy. For centuries, this bracelet had been passed down through the ages, whispered about in the ancient tongues of healers and warriors alike. They said it held the key to restoring vitality and harmony to the body. Ethan, an expert archaeologist, stumbled upon this bracelet during an excavation. The site was believed to be an ancient Egyptian temple, long buried by time and sand. But there, amid the forgotten relics, the bracelet shimmered faintly under the flickering light of his lantern. Intrigued by its unusual allure, Ethan placed the bracelet around his wrist. As the cool metal touched his skin, he felt a sudden warmth rush through his body, like a quiet pulse. It was a sensation he had never experienced before. He looked down at his wrist, his fingers tingling as if the bracelet were alive, in constant contact with his skin, awakening something deep within him. He didn't know it yet, but this was no ordinary bracelet. This was a relic of an ancient practice, a connection to an age-old secret shared by great civilizations that once ruled the earth. From the sands of Egypt to the city-states of Mesopotamia to the vast expanses of the Indus Valley, copper had been revered not just for its beauty, but for its power to heal. The ancient people had known something that modern science had yet to fully understand. As Ethan continued his work, he noticed something extraordinary. A nagging pain in his wrist, the result of years spent typing and handling delicate tools, began to subside. The tightness in his joints loosened, and an unfamiliar ease filled his movements. He hesitated. Could it be? Was it the bracelet that was healing him, or simply a coincidence? The ancient stories of copper's healing properties echoed in his mind. The Egyptians had believed copper to be a gift from the gods, capable of channeling divine energy to cure ailments. The Mesopotamians wore copper bracelets to ease inflammation, and their physicians had discovered that the metal helped improve circulation and reduce swelling. In the Indus Valley, people adorned themselves with copper not only for its beauty, but also for its power to restore balance to the body's energies. Ethan's discovery was not just an archaeological triumph. It was the beginning of an ancient truth being unveiled. He sat down to study more of the surrounding artifacts, and as his fingers brushed over copper relics, bracelets, rings, and even tools, he felt a deep connection to the past. The constant contact of the metal with the skin was no coincidence. It was a conduit, a channel through which the metal could influence the body's internal systems. As the night deepened, Ethan's body felt lighter, more energized. He realized that the bracelet's effects were not temporary. They were profound and long-lasting. The copper, with its age-old connection to the earth, seemed to draw out the tension in his muscles, promoting healing in ways no modern medicine had been able to achieve. His discovery was more than just personal. It was a revelation. The metal acted as a subtle, constant force that rejuvenated him, soothing not just his physical body, but his very soul. The more he wore the bracelet, the more he understood its importance. It wasn't just the Egyptians, the Mesopotamians, or the Indus Valley people who had used copper. This ancient practice had spanned across civilizations, connecting them through time and space. The bracelet was not simply a piece of jewelry. It was a key to unlocking the body's innate healing ability, an ancient form of medicine long forgotten by modern science. Suddenly, Ethan's surroundings seemed to shimmer, as though the veil between past and present had been lifted. In a surreal moment, he felt transported, not to a physical location, but to a state of being. The whispers of ancient healers filled his mind, their voices telling stories of copper's power to heal, restore, and transcend the limitations of time. In that moment, Ethan realized the copper was not just touching his skin. It was touching his very essence, aligning his body's energies with those of the earth itself. He could feel the warmth spreading through him, as if the bracelet had unlocked something deep within, an ancient memory, a forgotten wisdom. The bracelet's energy was not just physical, it was mystical, a force that transcended mere biology. As dawn broke, Ethan stood up, his body fully restored.